Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the final match, Week 2, Season 35. After the last loss, we are just barely still holding on to Kyber 2. We had a nice 3-0 week to give me a really strong start in Kyber 2 from last week. But it looks to be pretty clear that 2 GLs is just not enough to participate in Kyber 2 any longer. Not like we used to be able to. Although last round, had I had a full clock, I could have won that one. We'll break it down in a moment. But I only had about 45 minutes, and that was just not enough to fully participate and clear his board. JML here, my opponent, he was the only player below 6 GLs in this bracket, other than me. And my defense gave me enough help that I think I may have been able to beat him on banners with the extra clock, because this Malgus, if you watch the video, you see I didn't have enough time, but also I could have played it a little differently and cleared that Malgus. Now this front territory, no help, but it's not particularly strong. Down below, we did get a little bit of help. 2 shots on Qui-Gon and 2 on Malgus. I need to update this Datacron here. Last week I put it on because it was the only Datacron I had with a tank revive. Now I have plenty of others where I could actually throw this on with 5th Brother or some other combo, because I split up my Grand Inquisitor and my 5th Brother. On the back wall, we got a lot of assistance with CLS, Padme, and Radis both needing 2 shots to eliminate. Now, with Fleet here, he was able to one-shot this, but I did weaken it. I took off my Empire Fleet because I want to test out the Scythe with the full complement of ships. Because like last round, my opponent had both the Profundity and Executor on defense, and in that kind of scenario, I would need a proper fleet to pair with the Scythe to take out the Profundity. We'll head over to the bracket. My opponent today is Rob Salat. You can see his GP is larger. Zetas are... that hardly even matters anymore. It really is more of a reflection of how many GLs you have than anything else. Omicron's somewhat lower for this bracket. He's tied for the lowest with a couple other players. 6 GLs, which we've already stated. Relic units are somewhat low for the bracket, relatively speaking. I'm the lowest, of course. I always am. And Gear 11 Plus is right in line with everyone else. Except for me, I'm always going to be one of the highest players with that stat. Now with 6-stop mods, he has a lot, but you can see his mod quality is not what mine is. It's a little weaker for the bracket, but not quite the lowest depending on how you parse it. There's someone lower than him with the top 500, but there's another player lower than him on the top 25. So he's second lowest with all those. Now with the counts, you can see I dwarf him, or maybe not dwarf is a little strong, but I have a strong advantage. Datacrons, they're not bad. He is participating in Datacrons more than some of the other players here. Now, looking at the rest of these players, let's skip over the GLs. There's nothing really parse in that category. And in Kyber 2, you can see in this Ami section, something that we don't see in Kyber 3 is most players participate pretty strongly. And what is this thing? Is that just like a quirk on my screen? Why is some of these left-hand parts of the images like popping out? Is that new? Weird. Okay, no Traya Ami, no Savage Ami, 1 on Starkiller, but he has a lot of the other ones that matter. Now you can see like I don't have Dash or Radis. Those are ones I probably will put on soon, but I have delayed because I kind of feel like those characters are good enough. He has 2 on Ben Solo. I have none, but I did take mine up to R7 for TBs. Then the rest here, everything's good. Everybody has most everything, and that's kind of the standard now for Kyber 2. He only has a 4-star Profundity, though, so that is one place where we do have an advantage. Hotbot time. All right, let's try and do this quick. He's in a very large guild, almost 100 million more GP. That's big. But undersizes and clears are low. low to the point where his participation is going to be in question. And I'm actually surprised he has as many Grand Arena Omicrons as he does, because I would assume he's more of a territory war, maybe more guild focused player, because that's a serious guild that he's in. And this undersize and clear stat shows that Grand Arena is not a priority for him. But he does well. So he does participate some, but maybe just enough to win, or he has on days and off days. Relic levels, pretty even distribution, nothing too worrisome there. We've got an advantage on JMK, but his modding it's pretty good. You can see he's beating me on all of these characters, but he's got a 4-star Profundity. Now looking at the speeds, he's actually somewhat shallow here, and probably why we're seeing him in this round. So his Chupio is the last character above 300 speed. His Marjade's at like 299, I think. So he only has 17 characters. That's pretty low for what we're usually seeing. Let's head to defense. Now for once we're starting, lately we've been playing a little bit closer to the end of Grand Arena, not today. Really, it's just because I've been busier and playing at night. I've usually been a little tired. Playing at night's usually how I did things, but it's also why I ran out of time in the last round, was left it for the morning and didn't have a chance. So no changes here, but I will be taking that Datacron off. I'm glad I noticed it finally. I have it still, because when I was trying to get the Grand Inquisitor Datacron, I couldn't. It got too expensive to re-roll that one. But it's not useless. At least in 3v3. And all this is the same as what we saw in the recap. I need to add some relics to these pilots so that finalizer can do more. Really what I want to do is find a way to split up my Scythe and Chimera so I can have 2 viable fleets. I don't need to go up against the best stuff, but if players are going to be setting down Executor Profundity defenses, that's kind of the best way to handle it possibly right now. With his defense, what we're going to be seeing is a lot of similarities to round 1 of this week, where I just didn't have enough of the counters to win. So this territory here is not so much a big deal. We got the Malgus, we got some of the other stuff, like Maul. But down below here is very similar lower level defense that we saw in the first match. We got JML, a stronger version though than what we saw. A similar Lord Vader, although I think he has a higher relic on his Lord Vader, and it was Thrawn. I forget who the third was. It wasn't Royal Guard, or I don't think it was Royal Guard. Then we have Starkiller here, and we have Rey, and a stronger Rey, I think, than what we faced in week 1. So better versions here. But what I think I want to do, I think I'm going to show where my roster stands in some places, and I want to show where my roster's falling short, and because that's going to feed into where I'm going to be giving a lot of attention now that I almost have Jabba. Like for next week, I think I should at least have Jabba unlocked. So here's where we stand with some of the projects. Like we just qualified for Jabba, and I've partway through that event right now. And over the next, hopefully before the next lock-in, I should have them unlocked. I don't know if we'll get there. We might be a day or 2 past, so we'll see. Then I'm going for Afra as quickly as I can. As soon as Sana is farmable, and wherever she becomes farmable, we'll farm her up and unlock her right away. Characters like her, Starkiller, JKL, whoever, you get pretty near elite performance at a much cheaper price. I do not wait on those kinds of characters. They are well worth it. I think they're worth more attention than going after GL depth. But other than that, the focus where I'm going to be placing is adding the characters that are giving me specialty counters or non-GL counters that I don't currently have, at least at a good enough level. So that's characters that I've been putting off for a long time so I could go after other goals, but it's my Palpatine for my Starkiller counters. My Nest isn't really at a level where I can use her for Maul counters. My Fennec counter is fairly weak, and getting my Mando up higher or my Grief Karga up higher. Spy, I've kind of wanted for a while. Some of these other characters, I need to update this. I haven't looked at this in a while. But there's a number of counters I can't reliably use, and we'll see in this match that it is my biggest weakness right now that I want to work to rectify. We'll start down here and see if any miracles can happen, but I highly doubt it. I'm going to start with Starkiller, but I've shown this in each match this week. Is they need to be at higher levels for this to work better, or I need to add more Omicrons to my Starkiller himself. And I don't know which one of these I'd prefer to give to him. Maybe I think I just want stats. I think we'll just go for the turn meter, unless... Yeah. I think I'm just gonna do basics really quick. Now let's get the tenacity. Okay. I think I should just be doing basics and calling in Starkiller for the assist is what I really think I should be doing, but whenever I'm in the moment, I always choose to second guess it. And you know what? I'm gonna go after BB-8 because I'd rather try and use Starkiller to hit Rey. Is this evadable? Okay. Great. Alright, this will get us to the ultimate. Do I get any buffs for any of these? Sure. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw some of these. And I know that it doesn't do anything. I knew I was gonna lose my pelp, so I wanted to see if we could make anything happen. Alright, let's bring it down. Alright, we actually won it. Okay. I think that might say more about my opponent's modding. Because we went 1 for 2 this week with attempting that. I think I attempted it each match this week. Now this is not gonna work, but I guess that's the theme of this video, me showing you where a lot of these counters stand and why I'm dissatisfied with it, even though example 1 worked out in my favor. And I don't like doing this up against Throne. This is so much easier without Throne. But it's Zam and Grief. They need to be at Relics so I can use Datacrons. Especially right now with a Bounty Hunter Datacrons. That's not great. I, not gonna do anything. Just take your turn, man. I'm gonna do it. It feels like a risky choice. Yeah, this is all not working for me. We're leaving. Wait. Okay. Let's see. Can we salvage this at all? Oh my god, I hate it. I hate this so much with Thrawn. This works much. Last time Thrawn went after other people. Alright, now I'm done doing this. We'll just JMK that, as we should. But the other nonsense I want to do is Grand Inquisitor. So Grand Inquisitor, he can beat JML and JMK in 5v5. I've been doing it in Squad Arena. He did not work last time I used him up against JML. But I'm hoping that's small sample size. After I do Afra and some of those other relics that I'm looking for, or increasing some of the relics I'm looking for, I'm going to go for Sith Eternal Emperor. He was actually who I was going to go after Jabba before Jabba got announced. Alright, let's throw on the Torture. Increase our defense, get a nice little assist. Heal up a bit. I wish I could ignore taunt. Oh, that's scary. And I think Blue Stacks is going to eat this match. This is a Jawa battle. I can feel it about to freeze. But hopefully we can at least make a little progress before it chooses to crash. Alright. This might... Yeah. Alright. Yeah, let's throw... Oh, I don't... The turn meter's not great. Because Torture's off now, right? No, Torture's still on. Yeah, you can see that from the animation how bad it's getting. I think we're going to lose this match to the Jawas. Yeah, there it goes. sometimes I can close this down and it'll register as a timeout. Sometimes it's just a lost battle and we don't even retain any of the progress. But I'm gonna pause and return later. Now I think the problem there was I left Adobe open, and Adobe is a pretty resource intensive program. I wish we could get that one back because I think we could have won that one. When we tried that earlier in the week, it was up against a Barris, and Barris with her mechanics, I think, was messing that counter up. I think we could have pulled that one off. But we might still get pretty far with this one. Let's see how far we get. Because with Starkiller taking out Rey, that puts us in a much better position where we might still get stuck. I don't know if we're going to have enough high-level counters for the number of squads we got to deal with. But we're still going to be in a decent position. Let's see here. No, I like to use that on other characters. Potency, health, crit damage. Let's use that. I also got lazy where I didn't want to restart my machine and hoped we would just have a good run. Usually I'd restart, have a clean run with things. Alright. Okay. I don't remember where I was last time. I'm like an episode and a half into Bad Batch, and it's the same as last season. It's all good enough. I'm enjoying it enough. My only worry is I don't want it to be just like a heist of the week kind of show. I want them to be a little bit more ambitious with where to take the show. How many days do we got? Let's just do the cleanse. We need to start getting armor shreds. Yeah, that hopefully gets us to the ultimate. Second armor shred. Yep. Okay. I think we need to throw it on. I'm trying to think of where the cooldowns are. Close. Alright, that should be it. Now we did get it to a position where it did register that Jedi Knight Luke was taken out. So that gets us to a point where I don't want to. I'm not going to cheap this. Like if you saw the last match, I tried to be cheap with my Jedi Master Luke and messed up a ray counter. Now my option is to either go this route. What do I want? I think I want like defense and protection. That might be good. Health steal might be interesting. So potency, health, crit damage. I think that's the one I like to put on Wampa. I'm going to take those stats. The alternative here is I could throw Watt in here. I just think this will be a better option. I'm concerned about the relic level. The sooner we can get rid of Hermit Yoda, the better. I just don't know how many opportunities we're going to have for it. Alright, let's do this. Don't like that. Okay. I feel like this is gonna go bad. Alright. Alright. That I think means he can't get the ultimate off anymore. Alright, we've got the ultimate next. Okay. Problem now is we got Starkiller. My old Starkiller counter was the Vader Datacron. That's not an option. So I gotta figure out what we're gonna use up against it. See, we have the problem that I don't have a good option here. I really miss the Vader Datacron. So looking at like the Swoga data, see the thing is I don't want to use Traya because I wanted to use Traya up against Malgus. Well, maybe I use gas there. Even if I have to clean up. Because Traya's got like a 50% win rate up against the Palpatine. I was also not expecting to be in this position, because I wanted to use Traya up against Malgus. Well, I feel like that 50% win rate with what I have left is my best option up against Starkiller. Oh, there's also Wampa. Maybe we just do that. Wampa against Starkiller, I mean. We're not going to use Wampa elsewhere. I think that's what we do. Even if it doesn't work at all. Maybe it gets us a little bit of progress where we can clean it up easier. Because that might allow me to use Traya up against Malgus. Alright, that's not what I want. Alright, tenacity, potency, crit damage. I should add more levels to this Datacron, because I'd still get more stats. Okay, that Shaak is bad. I think we gotta go for Palpatine. I think we just take him out. I'm gonna go for the stats. Yes, alright. I love this Datacron. Okay. We can use anything up against that Phasma. Okay, I think that Datacron made all the difference. Maybe some of those failures are just people not using the Datacron. Now, some people have success with Traya, some people don't at Gear 12. I don't really find it that reliable, but I'm going to give it another shot. I've gone back and forth using Nihilist lead, Traya lead in various scenarios, and part of the I think the Nihilist lead's fun in certain places, and I think if you have the relics, it's fun to test out. But what I'm finding is it's just, even though you trigger the effects, the Held by Hatred and trigger the Annihilate, it's just so easy to take you out that you might not even get the opportunity, at least at Gear 12. But here, let's see how this goes. Alright, we get Held by Hatred, which is good. I wonder if I want to what I don't want to do is to isolate Malgus and then not be able to use my Annihilate on Malgus because Malak's taunting. That's my fear, but also I kind of want to put Isolate onto Malgus because we haven't gone below 50% health anyway. So it's not like Annihilate's been triggered yet. I might regret this. But also the taunt on Malak's short-lived. So by the time I can Annihilate, hopefully, we don't have to worry about the taunt. Yeah, I don't like it. Those are guys I need to add relics levels to anyway. We'd have more success with it. But I always got split priorities. Alright, perfect. Okay. And in the continuing theme of showing you counters that don't work for me and why you don't see them more often, we will use Qira Nest here. Although this is with BAM and not Bo-Katan, so it might not be a great example. Alright. Let's go in. Alright. Goodbye, Qira. Okay. I just don't think my nest does enough damage at this level. I need to take her to relics, higher relics. It's one of those priorities that if you're not going to have a lot of GLs, you really need to have these other counters at the right level, but it's that balancing act that free-to-play players have to make where they just have to choose which priorities make sense or not. Alright, maybe we just... This is actually way easier without Bo. There's a problem with Bo is he just heals up so much, and we don't have to worry about that heal anymore. We can just take out Maul. It's just usually you see Bo. And that's where mine is on defense. Can we take him out? Awesome. Come on. I just want to take out Jenga. Because we're close enough. Alright. Okay, I'll do that from now on when I don't see Bo. So we can't really show why I don't do it, because Bo wasn't there with her healing. We're going to do Fifth Brother here. Although I wish I had that Datacron. This worked last time up against a cam version. I was kind of surprised, because usually they don't work for me at all. I'm wondering how much it was because I'm forced to use 8th and 2nd Sister, and maybe that's just a superior option in this setup. And next week we'll have that. We'll have available to me that level 9 Datacron for 8th Brother. Sure. Let's get the extra protection up. Alright. I need to get the buff immunity on Mace. I'm going to throw the buff immunity, although I might regret it. Now we will... Let's just basic. Oh my god, we got so lucky there. Okay. We're 2 for 2 doing that. I think that's the Datacron, though. I don't think that's the combo. Which lead does Seventh Sister give? I would not put these guys on defense. Extra evasion. Fine. Wait. We should probably see what's on the back wall before we do too much more. This would be fun to solo, but I don't want to use one of my solo options when we don't know what we got to deal with back there. This is how I get myself into trouble all the time. This refusal to do the sensible thing. We're going to do Hondo. Or is this not good of enough test for Hondo? Because we had what up above. There's... Do we even have another leader for Hondo? God, I wish I had Qira. Yeah, because there's like bounty hunters that I can do up against, or the bounty hunters, but I'm not going to do Hondo up against the bounty hunters. There was the Seventh Sister is not really a test. Would I rather do Sana? Because she's not very good. And I'm very wary about the tests that I give her. Let me correct myself. At 3 stars, she's not very good. And in 3v3, I don't really like how she functions. And there's AoEs here, which will make her very vulnerable. Single target enemies is a much better option. Like, we could just lose her right away, which might mean Captain Han's a better option. This is foolish. Just, those AoEs are going to rip her apart. Let's just get some Scndrls. We don't need smugglers. We can do speed and crit damage. Honestly, it's not that different. Qira's just giving us crit damage and like the stacking crit damage. L3. Let's do that. I should have put in somebody who dies better than Lando. Alright, we'll throw the captive on Phasma. Hit an AoE. Heal. Just trying to buy a little bit of time. You can see how L3 is more survivable than Sana. Sana would have been gone right away. All right, we lost everybody. Captive's gone. Now we can get to work. See, I'm loving Hondo. This is a Gear 12 Hondo. I wish I would have had a better feel for him on at Gear 11, so I could have tested him more at Gear 11. I guess that's what the alt account is for. You can see how these guys have no shot up against him right now. I think we take out TIE Pilot. He's taking more turns. But this is why I paused with Hondo, was like, is this good enough test or not? And clearly, it's not. Sorry for the extra ambient noise. It's raining and there's not much I can do about that. Alright, this is a bunch of junk on this back wall. No, not really. No, I take that back. I take it all back. We can't clear this. I don't think. Because we kind of need Wampa or Traya to handle Mon Mothma here. Like, we can have some fun, I guess, up against some of these squads, but... Man. We got Vader. We're going to clear up top and see what we can do. This is a little risky, but I think we should be fine. Defense protection. I think... Crit chance protection, crit chance. Yeah, let's do that. Although I kind of want that protection. Let's just do it. All right. As long as we can keep them focused on Solo, we will be fine. Armor shred on Zam. Throw some fire around. Maybe I should have stunned her. We'll pull her turn meter. Back under stealth. I wonder if I'm going to put that Omicron on. That was not that much damage. Awesome. From here they'll fall apart. The Omicron benefit's gone. Last round I tried using this up against Radis and it did not work. But what you're supposed to use is BB-8. I just didn't do it because I have a weak BB-8, but now I kind of want to try it with BB-8 now and see if it works for me. Even at Gear 12. Alright, let's just auto this. And this is why I don't auto it normally, because R2 immediately exposed JTR. That would be dangerous. Oh, you know what I want to do? This one... See, I feel like we can use almost anything here. What I want to do is Savage up against Iden. We got... No, we got options. All right. I want this clear. Where's my Savage at? Alright, Savage, let's give him that Datacron with the base. Here it is. And from here, we're just gonna stay focused. I think we're gonna go after range first. Alright, no, ignore her, go after death. I've tried the... What gear did I try that at? Maybe that was even my Gear 12 Savage. Tried doing that up against Relict Idens and it didn't work, but against these weaker Idens, Savage does great. I'm glad I remembered that. Okay, and now that means here... I'm gonna try Vader with... Talon and Watt. And I'm using my... this one. The dots. Do I have more? Nice to have some potency or something. Because what I can do here... This Talon will help keep me alive. The weapons tech will prevent these revives. And the Vader lead is just going to keep those stacking dots. I can lose Watt from here. Mon Mothma can't cleanse the dots. I'd like them to stack faster than that, though. Go back under stealth. Alright. We need to start stacking the loyal hand. That would be beneficial. Okay, here's what I've been waiting for. Oh, perfect. This should get rid of... We get a bonus turn, though. Maybe I want to throw it at Biggs and Bssk. Kyle, yeah. Don't die on me. Great, great, great. Die. Stealth. I want stealth. Alright, we'll chuck it. Not quit it. Don't die on me. Okay. Basic. Basic. Dots. There we go. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. Now the dash, I don't know if I got a solution for dash. Oh, no, we have Jedinate Revan still. I don't remember. I probably already used it. We have Malak. Malak would solo these guys. You know what? I kind of want to show what the Hutt Cartel can do. And this would not be... anything can beat that. I don't care about that. Maybe we do Hutt Cartel here. These thermals should help. We're going to throw the disarm onto Asajj, because she's the only one at relics. Spread the thermals. I'm going to throw a bunch on Asajj. Asajj is the only one I'm worried about right now. Alright, now we'll convert into awesome. Kind of wanted to blow him up though, but fine. That's fine. She's gonna come back. As long as Bo doesn't die, he'll come back. Awesome. Nobody die. I want the thermal to take him out. Take her out. Alright, we're back to taunting. And just throw a couple more of these on. We lost our friend. Awesome. I love these guys. I love the Hutt Cartel. This is my last week of them at Gear 12 because they're already at Relics. I just brought them to Relics after lock-in. Alright. Now. Could do a Malak solo, but we can't forget up top. You know what, we're gonna... This is a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. It would be nice to know how far away win or loss is. I'm going to just assume I'm going to lose. And we're going to do this for fun. Because I like to have fun. Maybe we do Captain Han. Because I know I'm going to lose Sada. There's too many AoEs. Let's do that. Because we have to have Rolo. It's much better with Stormtrooper Hondo. It's just, I know what's going to happen. Because there's two AoE, like Vet Chewie and Lando are both going to do AoEs, and I'm going to lose Sana. I wasn't expecting to start off so fast. Don't. Come on. Alright, we'll do this now. Really wish I had Stormtrooper Han right now, because this has not gone the way I expected. But... Okay. See, that's what I was expecting more. Now we do a revive. Oh, God. Okay. We're not going to make it to another revive. His cooldowns are ridiculous. Yeah, the dream is dead. Okay, that's fine. That is what we thought was going to happen. Let's do sortie, let's do droids, let's have some fun. Alright, let's do T3 and... Okay. T3M4 is one of those characters I'm going to bring to Relics soon too. I just feel like there's so much more we could have been doing with Sortie that not having T3M4 at Relics has been keeping us away from. I almost feel like Malak will solo this. Are we going to outpace the healing? Or is this a better idea? I think we should win. Fifth brother lead, I would not do Shaak T. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe I'd rather have the offense, but I think the defense is the way I want to go. Seventh Sister is really the only one I care about. Okay. Come on. Don't die on me, Shaak. She's gonna heal up soon, which is why I'd rather take out Seventh Sister. This is unfortunate. Alright, I think we're just gonna go now. Wrong instinct. I should have gone with the first thought, which was Malak. Malak. Let's see here. I think we do no lead, so we can use a data crump. What? Oh, fine. Maybe we don't do. Sure, let's break glass in case of emergency, I guess. I was hoping to land a Shaak on 9th. There we go. Go down. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I should have trusted my first instinct, which was this. I just didn't want to respect Seventh Sister. I thought Shaak T would get through her. I guess Fifth Brother was still there. We'll see what kind of fleet he left for me. And we'll get to try out the Scythe. He still has like 3 GLs he can throw out my 0 GL defense. Alright. We mark CAD. I go with basics. We're not doing any wobble because we don't get the turn meter. It's a waste of a turn. I'm fine taking marks and hits. Then we just call in as many assists as we can. That's why I bring in Ghost and Cassian as my reinforcements. I don't think Phantom does enough to warrant being on the team. Come on, go down. Perfect. And I don't worry about the wobble because we heal so much through the assists, so I'm fine with the debuffs being on the Falcon. And I will use Cassian to clear it. And then that's how we heal up. Just feel like those little edges to get to the ship alt first. And fast. All right. Now, see, I don't... Using the Scythe up against the Executrix here is kind of a waste. It's going to crush it. That's a nonsense team. You can tell because Jedi Consular's there. But we might win this. It's just I don't feel like we will because my opponent... He's going to have a lot of the firepower to clear my defense. And we've given him enough room. But I don't want to give him more room than we already have. But I want to have the fun, too. But we already had our fun. We threw in Sana Staros, even though I knew it was a nonsense move. And it's just maybe he messes up. And it's just he's got Malevolence, Negotiator, and Executor for offense. He's going to be fine. Alright, that'll take... Not quite. Not quite. And this is the big thing here, is always bring out your ship. Really, I probably should take out Bomber, but I'm going to take out Vader. Okay, perfect, perfect. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Alright, fine. I'll clear the Foresight because I want the Foresight gone. I'm spreading out my attacks too much. I know, but I'm just being dumb. Okay. Okay. And that's why we brought out Spy when we did. And now we... I don't like clicking. Alright. Executrix. Now we've got... We're not going to put... We're not going to use Interceptor or Vader because I want to set out a separate fleet. I really should use... I want to be able to do something like this and split up the fleets almost like this. I need my other pilots to relics. I want to see if I can get rid of Maul early or something. Stealth is probably a mistake. Okay, so we dispel buffs, cover, and then formation. That's what I want. Okay. See, I wish this could represent anything. And it doesn't really. Other than a new ship is good. Because this is a nonsense fleet he set down. Yeah, alright. We'll check in later, see how my opponent does. He's got plenty of room to work with, though. But he surprisingly doesn't use datacrons for how many he has. And even though he has 3 GLs for offense, he set a lot of other good teams down on defense. But he still has what? He's got Darth Revan, Gas, Jedi. He's got plenty of weapons for offense still. But we'll see, maybe my defense does some work. Failed to capture the final board after the end of the round because we only have an hour to do so. But my opponent did one attack, took out my Qui-Gon team, just enough to qualify for some rewards. Default win. Kind of wish I would have lost though, because what this means is I stay in Kyber 2, so next week I will be in a tough bracket which will likely knock me down to Kyber 3 for the off week, which means a week of reduced crystal income. Had I lost this round, Rob Salat win, he would have knocked me down to Kyber 3 and I could have spent next week climbing back into Kyber 2 safely and getting an extra crystal payout while we have our off week. I'm going to be spending a week traveling. That's not going to mean reduced content. Hopefully it means increased content, since I'm going to be able to set aside some of my professional responsibilities, and maybe during this period I can put out some other videos that I have been wanting to. So thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.